Hi, so today I'm going to talk about one of the scenarios where you want to send a message or a draft on Outlook, and the problem is that your draft would not appear as a thread. So, for example, if this is the email and the draft should appear as a thread, it would appear only here. Most of the time, it will only appear here as a separate draft. So how do we do that? So if I talk about my previous workflow, which is this one, you can see that I have a Microsoft Outlook node here. This is not connected, but if I connect this like this, the problem is that it does not create a draft as a thread in the email. So how do we do that? So there is a different way to do this, and you can use this Microsoft GraphQL. So uh, this basically helps you to create a draft inside the thread as a thread. So let's just go to the workflow here. So this is my old workflow and this is my sample workflow. And if I click, let me run this. So I'm just running this, and I think it will run maybe 3 times or 5 times. But if I go to the inbox now, and let's check the inbox. So you can see this is the draft that I'm getting. It is getting updated right now, and let's just check it. So it has got the two, it has got the BCC, and then the name is also here. And as you can see, this draft is created now, and it is appearing in the thread. You can see this is in the thread. So how do we do that? So what I'm doing here is, first of all, I'm just pulling all the emails by using the Microsoft Outlook. I have the message, and the operation should be get many. The key thing which you need to note down here is that when you pull down the mails from the inbox, you get mails from the draft folder. You may get it from the junk emails, deleted items. So this should be excluded. So I've excluded that. Another key point to note here is that this tag that you see here, it is very important. Similarly, this ID is extremely important because this ID tells the GraphQL that which email thread is to be used to create the draft. So one of the confusing point is that this is ID, but if you scroll down, you will definitely see something like this conversation ID, and then we have internet ID also. But this ID is something which is confusing, and you should not be using this one, but you should be willing to use this one on the top. Let's go to this one. So this is the ID. If I take you to the next node that I have created, this is basically my HTTP request node, and I am calling this endpoint. So this is the endpoint. You can see this is graph.microsoft.com. So this would be same for you. And here I'm passing the JSON.id. So basically I'm passing this ID here. So if I just click on this, and let me just do this expression. And so this is the ID that I'm taking. This goes in, and then I have to, important thing is that you would use Microsoft Outlook OAuth 2 API for the credentials, and you will have to send this header. So a header would be content type and then application JSON, and then in the body, this is important that you send the body as raw, not as JSON. And then this is the body structure. So if I click on that, you can see that it has got the subject, and I'm pulling the subject dynamically, so I will always get the relevant subject. Then the HTML part should be there for the content type, and then your text. So in the text also, you can just pull something from the left side and put it here. You can go for the two recipients. You can also add the BCC here. So this is how it works, and the best part is that it helps you uh, create the draft in the thread. Another important thing to note is that if you go to the settings, I think at times you will see that your this node will continue to run, um, which can happen at times. So in that case, you can just click on execute once to stop that. That behavior may be seen sometimes, not always. In my case, it didn't appear, but when I was doing the testing, it was there. So execute once is one option that you should be using. By using this GraphQL method, you can always create drafts. Thank you so much.